until the man saw that I had already married someone else and even had a lovely child. The happy smile on my face reminded him of what I once said, that even if every man on earth died, I would never look back at him again. But now he has ascended the throne as emperor, determined to make me regret my past decision. 6 years ago, he was just a prince. I had just married the man I had always loved. I thought we would live happily ever after, but after the wedding, I discovered he was entangled with my best friend. Even though he tried to explain that he had his own difficulties, I was heartbroken and resolutely asked for a divorce, then left without looking back. 3 months after returning home, my elder sister passed away unexpectedly, and I was forced to marry her husband just to care for my orphaned nephew. On the day of the wedding, he said he still couldn't let go of his late wife and promised to treat me with respect and never cross any boundaries. After speaking, he turned to leave, but I stopped him because I had found out I was pregnant with my ex-husband's child. To protect the baby, I begged him to help me. He finally agreed to hide the child's true identity and promised to sleep on the floor that night. He said once the child was born, would take his surname. After hearing this, I finally saw hope. But 6 years later, the man became the emperor. The very next day, my mother-in-law suddenly handed me divorce papers, fearing that my past would bring disaster to the family. She gave me some silver and urged me to leave at once. As I sat in the carriage unsure where to go, my husband rushed over after hearing the news. He got into the carriage, told me to hand him the divorce papers, then tore them up right in front of me, saying they weren't from him, and insisted on taking me back home. When we got back, my mother-in-law was furious to see me again. She scolded him non-stop, saying I would bring ruin to the whole family. Standing outside the room, I couldn't bear to hear her blame him, and said I was willing to leave again. But just then, he took out an imperial edict, saying the emperor had ordered him to return to the capital with his family. So we had no choice but to set off. Outside the residence, he had already been waiting a long time, just to catch a glimpse of me, but what he saw was the 3 of us, a happy little family. Hearing my husband call me by my nickname, he felt a sharp pain in his heart. Before we could even settle down, the Empress Dowager sent people to summon me to the palace. She was my biological aunt, so my mother-in-law thought she just missed me and told me to go catch up with her. But once I entered the palace, the Empress Dowager revealed her true intentions. Because the current emperor was not her biological son, she wanted to use my identity to get close to him again and give birth to a royal heir for the family. I was silent upon hearing this. Just then, the scheming woman entered the hall with her daughter. She was the friend who once betrayed me. Now she had become the wife of my ex-husband. I forced myself to stay calm and greeted her. She pretended to be generous, falsely helping me up, saying she hoped the past wouldn't affect our relationship. I didn't want to be involved with her, so I used illness as an excuse and asked to leave early. But on my way out, I ran into him head-on. Seeing the man I once loved, I froze. A nearby guard saw my rudeness and ordered me to kneel. He looked at the scar on his hand, wondering if I now regretted it. But just like years ago, I turned and walked away without hesitation, still unable to let me go. The first thing he did after returning was to punish the guard who scolded me.